Hello everyone, my name is Deanna Cheathem and I'm currently a dietetic intern with the University of Southern Mississippi, and I reached out to your professors and I just wanted to do a quick presentation about the University of Southern Mississippi's program and show you the small details and what you need to do to apply and what it's like to be a part of the program. So I'm going to share with you a quick PowerPoint. Okay, so the basic mission of the University of Southern Mississippi's internship program is that it integrates graduate level education while you do your supervised practice. So that way it's really a 3-year program squished into 2. Typically, it would be 2 years of education of graduate school and then a year of the supervised practice. So they put all their classes through an online curriculum so that you're able to do it while you're doing your supervised practice, so you get it done quicker. There's 3 main goals of the program. The first one is to develop and maintain a high-quality dietetic internship, and it helps to prepare you and provide all the knowledge and skills that you're going to need as a dietitian. The second goal is to help prepare you for the whole entire profession with skills and the ability to analyze and synthesize information at the graduate level. And finally, it helps you to prepare and supply dietetic professionals at the end of your program in the southeastern region of the United States. So who are we? All interns are required to participate in a minimum of 1,200 hours of supervised practice. And I know this sounds like a lot, but it flies by. Interns are placed in different facilities and you work about 32 hours per week at the end of the internship. And that's the part I'm in right now. So I work Monday through Thursday at a facility, and right now I go between Ocean Springs Hospital and Singing River Hospital. And so on Fridays I have that day off, and some Fridays you have classes and then others you have off so that you can do your different assignments. So for your rotation schedule, you'll be placed in many different places. You're never bored. You'll go from general clinical to renal facilities to nutrition support, long-term care, WIC, child nutrition programs, and different food service management experiences. And at the end of the rotations, you'll get a 2-week period where you get to choose a specialty that you want to focus in. So like if I've done my program and so far I've really found a great interest in nutrition support, I could talk to my intern director and she can help me find a location near me and get a contract with them to do the last 2 weeks with them. In addition to that, you get to do other community activities. One thing is diabetes camp. That is super fun. You do that in the summer of the first year of your program. And I got to go to one that was in Alabama, and it's so much fun. You're there for a week and you get to work with children and they have type 1 diabetes. And it is so cool. Like, they are the most positive go-getters, and it's just so much fun to be a part of that. And you get to have a camp experience as an adult, so it's a good throwback. Also, you are all, like, as a part of this program, if you go through it, it's fully accredited, so you are meeting all the needs so that whenever you're finished, you can take the RD exam. So, like I said, you're doing graduate school classes while you're doing the internship. You'll be accomplished 33 hours whenever you're finished, and it's all squished in with the 21-month program. And each intern, they are divided in 3 different locations, and you get to rank which ones you prefer. So you can either be placed in Jackson, Mississippi, Hattiesburg, Mississippi, or on the Gulf Coast. That is where I'm placed, and I absolutely love it down here. So I definitely recommend putting the Gulf Coast first. Exactly what I just said. So here's Jackson, Hattiesburg, and then here's the coast. That's where I'm at. And I've lived in Hattiesburg for 5 or 6 years, and I loved it there as well. So I think all 3 locations are awesome. So if you were to be placed in the Jackson facilities, here's some of the places that you would be doing your rotations at. It is a very, very busy area. I have a couple of the other interns who talk about it. Like, if you have to get from one place to the other, traffic is crazy. So always leave early if you get placed in Jackson. And the facilities are very large, and so you get all kinds of awesome experiences, things that you wouldn't see anywhere else. Hattiesburg, like I said, I lived there for many years, absolutely loved it. It's such a nice area, and that's where the University of Southern Mississippi is actually located. The Gulf Coast is where I'm at right now. I've been doing all of my rotations right now at the Ocean Springs Hospital and Singing River Hospital. And then next week, I start my long-term care rotation at Armed Forces Retirement Home, and I've heard great things about them, so I'm really looking forward to it. So here's your workload. Like I said, this is a 2-year program. So initially, when you get your bachelor's, you'll have that summer off. The only thing you'll have to do in this summer is diabetes camp. And that's a blast. So this is your one last fun summer as an adult, so really take advantage of it. And then that fall, you're going to take these online classes. And they used to have this reverse. They used to have where you did your internship first and then the classes second. But since they flipped it, I really like it that way, because once you get in the field, and I knew how I was, once you get a taste of what it's like to really be out there and doing it, you don't want to go back to just doing schoolwork. So it's good to get the graduate courses, the larger load done and out of the way. So that way when you start doing your rotations, you're almost done and you just fly through it with no problems. So these are different research classes. And then that summer you have 2 courses. They are heavier because it's a summer class, but it gets you really, really well prepared for what you're about to do in the last 2 semesters, because it kind of gives you a refresher course of all those medical nutrition therapy classes, things that you haven't thought about in a while because you've had, a whole year off. So it helps refresh you and get you ready for a clinical setting. So here's some estimated expenses. For a resident, it's about $15,000 altogether for tuition. Non-resident is $18,000. There's different fees throughout. Textbooks and supplies aren't too bad. A lot of the classes let you use like an M&T book that you have right now. They'll let you use that. They won't make you get the one that they prefer. You will have to do background checks and drug screenings specifically for diabetes camp and different hospital facilities, especially if you get placed at the VA. You have to be fingerprinted and different things like that. Immunizations and tests, most of us have already had all of our immunizations. You just have to prove that you've done it. And a professional meeting, there's several of those that we get to go to. We'll go to the state one that is MSAND, and that's always different places in Mississippi. That one's always fun. And then the best one is Fancy. I have not got to go yet, so this is my first year going. It's in Philadelphia. So it's always a fun trip from what I hear, but it's like a small little mini vacation, and you get to get away for about 4 days, and you're excused from your rotations and everything, and you can go. It's always in October. So that's something I look forward to, and I hope you are as well. So to apply, you do have to have a bachelor's degree, and you have to be able to be admitted and accepted into the master's degree program at Southern. And you have to also be able to verify that you've completed all of the DPD programs at an accredited university. You have to have a minimum GPA of a 3.0 and a minimum GPA of 2.7 on your science work. You also need to complete the application in the DICAS program and participate in computer matching whenever that time comes later this year. So here's just some fun pictures of different people throughout the internships over the past couple of years. Here's a Country Girls Creamery. This is like, you'll see in the next picture, they got to feed the different little baby calves. They had a lot of fun, and they got to make butter and different things like that. This is the Blue Cross Blue Shield field trip. I actually just went to it last Friday, and it's a lot of fun. We got to play a game of Chopped, like the cooking show of the Food Network, and we had to make hummus out, and our secret ingredient was Cheez-Its. So every year they do something crazy and fun, and we did yoga and they had lunch. It was super fun. Here's a picture of diabetes camp. Like I said, it's so much fun. All the interns that you may not be familiar with, you are all sharing a cabin for a week, so you get really close and you have a lot of fun. And you also get to do a presentation, like this is what they're doing. You can choose what it's on. You could do it for physical activity or any kind of educational material. I did mine on physical activity, and the kids loved it. I made a huge game, and they just thought it was a blast. That you can go canoeing. I did not do it because I did not want to fall in the water, but a lot of people do it. They'll also do the paddle boarding stuff too. One thing that I was not ready for was the snack preparation. So we had to prepare morning snacks and afternoon snacks for all the kids. And there was like over 100 campers. So that was a shock. But after the second day, I was in the groove of it. And another thing was the different allergies. Like if the kid had, a couple of kids had a gluten allergy or, you know, anything like that. So as the dietetic interns, we were in charge of making sure that we had a meal separate for them if the main meal that was being served did have that allergy. Here's a fancy trip from one year, a couple of years ago. And I cannot wait to go this year. Last year it was in Washington, D.C., so I really wish I could have gone. Here's M-Sand. Like I said, a couple of years ago, it was on the coast here in Gulfport, so I did go to that one. It's a lot of fun because they have a lot of free stuff that you really don't need, but it's just fun free stuff. And they have different presentations, and they had a yogurt bar, and it was just awesome. Throughout your whole entire internship, you're going to get a lot of opportunities to do different health promotions. So, for example, I have a leadership project that I'm working on right now. And so I'm working with a local farmer in this area, and he does a farmer's market every Saturday. And so I went and approached him and volunteered with him a little bit. And what he really wanted and said that he needed was flyers, like educational flyers about the produce that he sells and like how it can benefit people. So one of the healthy promotions that I'm doing right now is I'm creating flyers for a lot of the fall vegetables. So I'm doing things like sweet potatoes and okra, and he asked for a specific fruit that's in the spring. So I'm going to provide that for him so he can have it when the time comes. But you get to do things like this all the time. You can also do it within your facility, within your clinical rotations. And speaking of that, you also have a lot of fun experiences. I'm not sure what she's doing, but last week I got to watch a swallow study. And so they did a naso camera and it went up his nose, and I got to see everything going on in here. You could see his vocal cords. When he swallowed, you could see the epiglottis cover his windpipe. It was just awesome. And you do get lost in the hospital. I've already gotten lost once, but you'll get used to it. You get to participate in many food bank programs, especially for Feeding Mississippi, and also food banks too. I'm sorry, the food bank projects, you can do a leadership project with them too. The theme meal, I've not done mine yet, but I'm leaning towards doing a theme called Casino Night because I am over here on the coast in Biloxi, and that's where all the casinos are. So I was thinking about doing that. People do all kinds of fun things. Like she did breakfast for dinner, and you could just be as creative as you want to be because you can have as much fun as you want. At the very end, which I cannot wait for, is the pinning ceremony. So you get a special pin at the end, and it's on the same day as graduation. So you get that, and then you graduate, and then you get to sit for RD exam. Here is Miss Kingston's information. This is her email and her office phone number. She's the internship director. She's very sweet, very willing to help you and answer anything that you have. And if you have any direct questions for me, please do not hesitate to email me, call me, anything. I'll put all that information in my email. And I'm more than willing to do another presentation for you guys and go over some specific things if you'll have any questions. And I'm also going to provide you guys with this pamphlet. So it's just like this is a PDF version of it. And it has everything that we just went over. It talks about what the program is, how we have to have 1,200 hours of clinical work. And it also goes over the just different requirements that you have to be a part of the program. I do not think I mentioned the ServSafe certification. You do have to be ServSafe certified, and if you aren't, Ms. Kingston will work with you and get you a booklet, and all you got to do is study it, and we could get you a test to be proctored, and that way you could be ready for the internship. Here's just a list of the required courses that you have to have. And again, the estimated expenses that I went over with you all. and then those application requirements. And so that completes my presentation. Whoops, sorry. And so just let me know if you guys have any questions. I would love to answer them, and I hope that you apply for the program. Thank you.